So I was taking my son to daycare this morning and I was listening to a YouTube video. It was a podcast recording, an interview of Patrick Bet-David. So if you don't know who Patrick Bet-David is, he's an entrepreneur, investor, grew up in Iran, immigrated over to the US, basically started from nothing and has built up an insurance company, sold that for 9 figures. He's now a part owner in the New York Yankees. He's just done some on the business side, some amazing things. And it seems like, obviously I don't know him, but looking at the social media for whatever that's worth, from the outside looking in, looks like he's got a great family life and he's really into his family. And so I was listening to this episode and he was talking about a plane ride that he was on. He was flying, he was by himself, he was flying, and he started to write down on a yellow pad, a paper, all of the negative things that anybody's ever said to him. Negative comments, things in front of him, things he's heard from people say behind his back, everything. He just started writing everything down. And for him, he's using that as fuel, as motivation. And so as he's thinking about and he's calling out some of the things that people have said in the past, all of a sudden my brain starts to turn and I'm thinking about, well, what are some of the things that would be on my list? And then also my brain jumps to the new year and it jumps to everybody having these New Year's resolutions and this year is going to be different. And then all of a sudden, it's that whole thing of you go to the gym. I bet if you went today, you went to the gym's probably packed, right? And you're going to have gym's going to be packed until the end of January, maybe the middle of February, and then everyone's going to fall off and back to the same next year, right? But before January 1st hits, you're thinking, this year's going to be different. I'm finally going to make these changes. I'm finally going to make these strides. I'm going to make a huge jump this year. I'm not going to be the same person. This is going to be the year. And then you get to December and you're like, gosh, looking back, this is not what I thought it was going to be. I did not accomplish what I wanted to. I did not meet some of the goals. It just seems like it was just another year. Oh, maybe this year's going to be different. And I started to think about why is that? And I started thinking about my own life. And so bringing it full circle, thinking about negative comments that people have made in the past, thinking about having dreams, having goals, falling short. Why do you fall short? Why do you keep falling short? What is this repeating pattern and why does that keep happening? And I was thinking about when it comes to the new year, when it comes to having goals, setting goals for the coming year, your New Year's resolutions, whatever you want to call them, one of the main reasons why you're going to hit them, you're going to achieve them, or you're not, is that first you have to believe. Because if deep inside, if you write something on paper and you have this goal, say this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to accomplish, or this is what I want to do, but you don't really believe it, you write it down inside, your head's like, yeah, bullshit. Like there's no way. And you're already doubting yourself. And so one of the biggest things when it comes into this new year is that you have to believe first. And when I say that, I'm talking to myself as I'm driving. I mean, it was only probably a couple miles and I come to this realization of, thinking about, my family, have a new one on the way, going to be here soon, thinking about family and finances and business and financial success and achieving. And gosh, in a few years, we're going to need a bigger house and like all of these things. And how come at this point in my life, I'm not farther along? How come I haven't gone any farther? And I've realized that for me personally, it's this self-sabotaging, I've talked about it in the past, but it's this self-sabotaging mindset of one of the biggest things I don't realize how much it affected me, or I guess I don't want to admit how much it affected me, was coming out of college. My goal was to take over the family business. And I was told, and it's interesting that this got brought up because last night I had a dream about this too, which is crazy, is that I was told there's no room for you, go get a job. So I was told there's no room for me, go get a job. Basically not welcome back. In my mind, how do I interpret this is not welcome back. You don't have the skills to be able to make enough room for yourself in this business. Like, you don't know anything about business. There's no way you could grow this thing above and beyond what we've done. So how can you come in? Because basically you're just going to have to take that pie and split it, 4 ways now instead of 3 ways, because you don't have the skills or the ability or the know-how to make this pie any bigger. You can't do it. We got it to this point. You don't have the skills to be able to get it any farther. Now, they didn't say that, but that is internally how I realize now I interpreted it. That's how it came in one way, but I internalized that as I'm not able to, I can't grow it, I'm not smart enough, I don't have the business minds, the business acumen, so then what ends up happening? I've tried a bunch of things, tried this, failed, tried this, failed, tried this, got a little bit, boom, failed. It's like there's this ceiling that you hit, and I'm realizing that it's self-sabotaging myself, because it's like, hold on a second, as soon as you start to get some success, whoa, no, there's no room for you. You can't expand this pie, you can't grow this. And so I'm realizing that's some internal things that I have to deal with, and realizing that, I can do it. Just because I haven't done it before doesn't mean I can't do it. I have, resources around you, there's people around you, there's support, there's plenty of resources out there to get it done. You just got to break through that invisible barrier that for some reason you don't think you're worthy, that you can't do it. And so to kind of bring it full circle and to stop ranting is that I realized that in myself this morning. And I realized that there's going to be a lot of people, maybe yourself included, that you realize that you keep having these same ideas or these same goals year over year over year. And every December, you're in the same spot. And how come this year wasn't different? I thought this year was going to be different. And maybe it's you have to realize that you are able to do it. You have to accept and you have to believe that you're worthy, that you can do it. And if maybe there's the people around you that reinforce the fact that you can't do it or you don't think you can do it, you need to cut them out. Cut them out, or just limit your time around them. You got to be around people that fill up your cup, that plug those holes in your boat, that allow you to get to the other side and realize that you are capable of making these dreams happen. You are capable of making this stuff come to fruition. So, not sure this was the most entertaining video in the world, but it's one of those where it was on my mind this morning, obviously timely with the new year, but it was on my mind. It definitely hit home, made me think, made me get a little bit emotional. And I knew if it hit me, that maybe it was going to affect somebody out there. So hopefully, at the very least, this message can help one person out there. Me and you can finally break through, can finally realize that we are able to do it. We are worthy. We do have the ability to make our dreams come true, and we have to believe that. And we just have to get it done. So that's all I have for you. Good luck. Best of luck to you. Whatever your dreams are, big or small, it doesn't matter. Break through. Don't stop. Keep moving forward. Make this year, 2024, the year that you finally reach your goals. All the best.